Welcome to Holy Vanilla, where we talk about vanilla Christianity in America today. We're not talking about the spicy chocolate Christian. We're not talking about the interesting strawberry Christians. Just the plain vanilla Christians. Our goal is to make Christians stronger Christians, but most likely using tough love. I have to admit, I used to worry about a lot of things that I could not control. But yet, I thought I could or should be able to control certain outcomes, which led to a lot of unnecessary anxiety. And I'm aware this represented a lack of faith in my God, in my Creator, even though I was a practicing Christian. You would never know that I was stressed by looking at me, though. I was usually cool acting as a cucumber. Cool. But if you took my blood pressure during these moments of stress, it would be quite high. Readings of 165, 175 over 100 were common when I was anxious, and it could go north of that at times. But I had career plans, and I was not going to give up just because of stress or high blood pressure readings. Around age 23 is when I got my big career break in Atlanta, Georgia. I was coming from a smaller town, I was very ambitious, and I needed to test myself at the highest level. At least the highest level in the South. The good part about my time in Atlanta? Well, I discovered I could do the work well at this level, and that I could go as far as I wanted to in my particular industry. The bad part? My career trajectory seemed to be attached to my blood pressure and anxiety levels. After living in the big city for several years, around age 28, 29, I was seeing four medical specialists for a variety of weird ailments. And of course, each of these doctors wanted me to take a separate pill for each separate wacky ailment. I didn't want to take the pills because I hate taking pills. And I hate taking pills mostly because I hate the side effects. So here I am, this big bad Christian business guy, seeing four medical specialists, experiencing weird medical ailments, doctors telling me they've never seen this before too many times, not wanting to take pills, having to take pills, not wanting side effects, hating the side effects, having to endure the side effects, feeling guilty about putting myself in this position, feeling bad I was not trusting God enough. And don't forget, my blood pressure was attached to all of this wad of worry. Knowing that my blood pressure readings could be at stroke level was always churning on my mind. And yes, I guess the pun is intended. Oh, did I mention that I was broke financially and on the verge of bankruptcy? Yeah, that was there too. All of this stuff was on my shoulders for several years. Can you see, can you feel the spiral that I was going down? I started feeling like I could die some days. At some point in all of this, I visited yet another doctor, my primary care physician, and he could tell that I was not doing well while I was in the office with him. To be honest, I think I cried during this visit. I felt bad. The doctor sat down with me, heard my story, saw my tears, and said something to the effect, "Dude, you need to take a chill pill." referencing an antidepressant. He said taking one of these each day will fix all of this stuff I'm going through. He sounded too confident and just like a drug pusher. But my goodness, I know that I looked like a hopeless addict who needed a hit. And so I just sat there and listened. So I decided to take the antidepressant, to take yet another pill. Important side note here. This was still an era of America where it was not cool to take or discuss taking antidepressants, especially as a Christian. Discussing mental issues and associated medication was often seen as weak or lacking faith in God, which only added to my stress and my disappointment in myself. Nonetheless, I got the prescription filled for the chill pill, but God decided to speak to me on the day that I took my first dose. And what did God say? God told me to tell everyone that I came in contact with that I was now taking an antidepressant. Did you hear what I just said? God wanted me to tell everybody this embarrassing news about me. Like, why? Why do that? So I did exactly what God said to do. When I went to work and they asked me how my week was going, I told my coworkers that I just started taking an antidepressant. When I went to a restaurant, which happened often, and the really cute waitress asked me how my day was going, I told her I just started taking an antidepressant. When I went to church and talked with friends, yes, I even told them that I started taking an antidepressant. And do you know what happened to me when I told everyone that I was taking an antidepressant? I used to remember how many people I told, and I don't remember the exact number anymore, but I told about 45 people the first 3 weeks that I was taking the chill pill. And virtually every one of them, a couple didn't, but all the rest of them did, told me that they too were taking antidepressants, or they had taken them in the past, or they were thinking about taking them again. I just could not believe those results. I mean, just that blew my mind. Like, wow. Like, was not expecting that at all. I really thought God was going to use this exercise to have other people look down upon me and make me feel bad for my lack of faith. And by the way, God does not work like that, but that's how I thought about it. Not only did I learn that I am not alone with this topic, but I learned that a high percentage of Americans are most likely taking these things. I mean, I had no idea. It blew my mind. Amazingly, this exercise helped me get off the chill pill rather quickly. I mean, I was only on them for about 3 weeks. Going further, I stopped seeing those 4 medical specialists over the next year. I started feeling much better when I realized that I was not alone with this serious issue and that God knows more than I do about this topic. I mean, think about it. You start doing something that you think is negative and embarrassing. God tells you to go tell everybody that embarrassing thing, and through that exercise reveals that so many other people are going through it and that it's not as embarrassing as you think it is. This was the opposite effect that I was expecting. It was not embarrassing at all. It was ultra helpful to me. Only God. I am still not perfect. I still worry from time to time about certain things, but the level of worry is more in a normal level. And it was my Bible reading and responding to His voice that did this for me. If you ever wonder on these videos why I promote Bible reading so much, it's not just because it's the Christian thing to do. I do it because it has benefited me so much. And it can benefit you too if you will just take the time to read the Bible and try to apply it. The Bible is all that and a bag of chips. Thank you for watching Holy Vanilla. We would appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. Also, if you like what we're trying to do on this video program and would like to support us, click on the link below or go to holyvanilla.com.